Melissa, at Category 6? Yeah, I think it should be. Back in 2018, I wrote a blog, well, at NBC 10 to suggest that. And last year, I wrote a blog updating it after we saw Milton intensify. Now, Melissa makes landfall at 185 miles an hour, sustained winds, the pressure of 892 millibars, both the equivalent of the famous Labor Day hurricane in the Keys in 1935. And perhaps the strongest hurricane making landfall anywhere in the Atlantic. But why is there no Category 6? The Category 5 is 157 miles an hour, sustained winds or greater. You don't think there's a difference between 157 and 185? The amount of damage is much, much higher. With the climate warming, we're getting more cases of extreme rapid intensification. That definition is a 58 mile an hour or greater increase within 24 hours. That, by new research, has happened twice as much in the last 20 years as in the previous 20 years. This Saffir-Simpson scale was developed back in 1971, the same year that the tornado Fujita scale was developed. Now, the Fujita scale was changed and updated in 2007. So is there something sacred about the Saffir-Simpson scale that they don't dare change it? Bob Simpson was interviewed in the 90s, and he was firmly against the idea of a Category 6. And his reasoning was, once you get above 155, there's total destruction, so what difference does it make? Well, that might have been true back then. But now they make houses and other buildings that can withstand a 190 mile an hour wind or a 200 mile an hour wind. So don't they deserve to know the difference between a Category 5 and a Category 6 that's headed their way? It'll happen eventually as Melissa becomes less and less rare as we go into the future, because we're not slowing down the greenhouse gases. We're not slowing down the warming of the oceans. And so there are going to be storms worse than Melissa in the future. So we got to leave room for another category. Now, of course, that's not going to happen anytime soon, because in order to do that, you have to admit that the climate has changed and warmed up the waters, creating the potential intensity for a Category 6. So yeah, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But it will eventually, and it needs to eventually.